Bizarre Brain Comics. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, Nightmare. Oh, yeah, good horse. Oh, yeah, good horse there. Yeah. Hey, howdy there, partners. I am the Trigger Kid. Yeehaw! And I'm here to tell you tales of the Wild West that never was. Yeah. Rough ride there. Yeah, as I said, I'm the Trigger Kid. Here for Bizarre Brain Comics. We're going to take a little look inside the book right here. But the story is just a little bit different. Because you know I'm always here for the westerns, right? Well, what the heck? This one here is Justice League Unlimited. What the heck? Why is the Trigger Kid here to talk about the Justice League of America? Superheroes. Well, I tell you right here. Because this isn't your normal Justice League story. No. Okay, this is Justice League Unlimited. And this book is the Ties That Bind, the graphic album featuring several issues of the Justice League Unlimited comic book. And the story we're going to talk about is from issue 19 by DC Comics from 2006. So this is probably the most recent comic I've talked about so far. Okay, this is about Justice League Unlimited, which was an animated series which ran for 3 seasons from 2004 to 2006. And the Justice League Unlimited was a direct sequel to the Justice League animated series. It was produced by Warner Brothers and aired on the Cartoon Network. And the DC comic tie-in ran from 2005 to 2006 for 3 seasons. And this particular story was written, this story is titled The Justice Rangers Ride Again. And it's written by Adam Beechin and drawn by Gordon Purcell. Now, this is somewhat of a sequel to one of the episodes of the Justice League Unlimited, in which, or Justice League, when the Justice League members were transported back in time, and they had to team up with some Western heroes. And they do that again. Well, some of them do that again. My cigar is trying to die on me. Okay. Yeah, come on there, partner. Let's go take a look inside the Justice League Unlimited and take a look at the Justice Rangers Ride Again. Okay, and here we have the cover to this graphic album of Justice League Unlimited. Now, of course, this show and its predecessor, just Justice League, was, of course, an animated interpretation of all of the earlier iterations of the Justice League of America in standard comic form. Have mostly the same characters, sometimes different interpretations of the characters and the like. But it's basically, of course, the team of the superheroes from the DC universe banding together to thwart a variety of world-threatening menaces. So this time it's not so grandiose, not quite so grandiose as that. So we'll take a little look inside here. See the first pages. Now this here is the tail end of the previous story. So this side is where, so you can see the Western aspect. Yeah. So here we see this feller by the name of Judd Saunders. This takes place in 1879. Actually riding across, well, kind of, as we see throughout the story, it looks pretty much like Monument Valley in Utah. And this is Judd Saunders. He's hell-bent for leather, just sweating that hoss he's riding quite a bit. And he's only 17 years old, and he's a pickpocket and card shark. He said does some cheating, and he's been in bar fights and in and out of jails and run out of towns, but not too bad. But this time he is really on the run, because there's some people here chasing after him. We don't know who the hell they are, but they're after him good. He lost his hat somewhere along the way, and he's trying to catch his breath. Now okay, and then here, splash page, and they've almost caught up to him, and I thought this was in the West. It's a really, really nice looking horse right there, and even though it's simplified. And these cowboys here who are after him, zap, zap, they're using some kind of laser-like guns on him, trying to zap him. Fortunately, their aims are bad. Must be stormtroopers. And it's here we have the credits. The Justice Rangers Ride Again. Written by Adam Beechin, I know nothing about, and drawn by Gordon Purcell, who I also know nothing about. What I can see here, overall, it seems to be an interesting and pretty well-crafted story, and it's nice artwork. And of course, the artist is utilizing the style and stylization and the certain that appeared in the animated series. So we really can't say much about his natural art, but you can see some nice stuff going on here. He obviously had a good command of the human figure and some action, and good command of horses, able to draw horses pretty well. But we can't see his own natural style bleeding through, except probably just a bit here and there. So the kid Judd, I've forgotten his last name, Saunders takes off again, and these boys are still after him. Oh, here's the one leading them. And then just when I said, "Oh no, what am I going to do? I can't keep going much longer. They're going to catch me." And he says, "Reckon this is as far as you're going to have to go, Saunders. You're under our protection." Oh, and who are these guys? Cutting off his path. But they said he's under their protection, and they're a menacing looking bunch with the sun behind them, so that they can't be seen well. Hidden in shadow and silhouette, although the horses should be as well, but they're not. Then we have a change of scene to the present, to the Justice League Watchtower satellite in orbit, the space station that is the base for the Justice League. And they're in the turf room cataloging stuff. Here we have Wonder Woman, and this is the Vigilante. He's a new addition to the Justice League. He's just a regular human, no powers, but tough fighter and crack shot. And he's become known as the Vigilante. Now, the character Vigilante goes back to the 1950s. that I know of, in which he rode a motorcycle, dressed up as a cowboy, catching crooks, stopping bad guys, and again being a sharpshooter. And that's how he managed to do that. And I think there was even an older version but don't quote me on it because I'm not positive. I'm drawing on 50-year-old memories. And I think he goes back to a Western version of this Vigilante. So they're cataloging, and he's asking this question, what the heck is this this hourglass? And she says, be careful with that. It's dangerous. It belonged to the Time Commander, a man named John Starr. And he's looking at it and said, And here we find out that the Vigilante's real name is Greg Saunders. Seems like there's stars somewhere back in my family history. Star, huh? Yeah. But just then, the elongated man pops in with food, jostles the Vigilante. He drops the hourglass, and it shatters on the deck. And all three of these people are just sucked, right? And you see the look of disgust on Wonder Woman's face. As if saying, I warned you. Oh, what's happening? She'll sigh. It's a time vortex. Only John Starr knew exactly how the hourglass works. And they're being sucked into the sands of time. And then through a wormhole. And here we are. We don't know where the hell we're going. And we don't know what time... where this is going to, but we're going there anyway. And they pop right into the middle of the desert there. Again, in Monument Valley, that says, it looks kind of like Wyoming. No, it does not look a whole lot like Wyoming. Some of the buttes and stuff may be, but otherwise it just looks like desert. And Wyoming is primarily prairie. That's just, it's been decades since I've been to Wyoming, but it looks a lot like Colorado where I live, so. But anyway, that's just it for the story. Because it turns out in the story they are in Wyoming. But they can't figure out just where they are or when they are, because this looks like, well, they could be at any point in history. Until they get this stray zap shot going by them. What the heck is this now? And here they are. They seeing the Saunders kid with his three benefactors being chased by the bad guys with the zap guns. Holy cow! So the Justice League members jump into action because Wonder Woman has met these guys before. There's Jonah Hex, El Diablo, and Bat Lash, three of the DC Western heroes. And so they're going into action. They know that they're the good guys. And Wonder Woman's bracelets deflect the zap rays just as well as they do bullets. And the good guys are fighting. Vigilante takes out this guy the way he knows how. And pretty soon the rest they're all taken off. And here we really get a better look. Yeah. Jonah Hex. And here's Saunders. And Bat Lash says, you cheated me just a couple weeks back. And you want... And how did he know he cheated? Because he beat him to the punch with his cheating. Now, which is irregular, because Bat Lash is a good card sharp, but he does not normally cheat at cards, at least in the traditionally. But he gets accused of cheating a lot because he's so good at it. But Saunders cheated him, and he lost his lucky rabbit's foot that belonged to his daddy. What? You mean they traveled him all the way? And here Vigilante goes, what? What did you say his name was? Judd Saunders. So it turns out this guy is the Vigilante's great-great-grandpappy. So Bat Lash is happy to get his rabbit's foot back. And then, meanwhile, these boys, well, Bat Lash's compadres, really are not happy that they got roped into chasing this guy down for for a rabbit's foot. But they were there in time to save him. And Vigilante's glad they were there to save him. And they realize something's going on. They can't tell Judd Saunders that Vigilante is related to him. And they take a look at these weapons, some kind of high-tech, super futuristic weapons. And then Wonder Woman says, yeah, it must have been brought back here because another version of that hourglass exists here in this time. So somewhere this guy's star must be around and in behind it. So Wonder Woman says, okay, so we've got to protect this boy and find out all about it. And here we go, change the scene. And there he is, the Time Commander. And his last name is Star, and he's with one of his ancestors, also named Star. And he's rounded up, they're all a bunch of bad guys. Typical Western bad guys. And he immediately knows what's going on, or to some extent from the descriptions. Says, yeah, it's Justice League. Somehow they got back here, so you need better weapons than this. So I'll be right back, and I'll get you something. We'll get some help. He's gone. Poof. Well, he ain't gone very damn long, and poof, he's back again. Okay, come on, boys, let's go. We got you something better here. We're just outside, and we see some weaponized power suits for him here. So then the good guys are camping for the night, and they're discussing. And Vigilante, he really wants to talk to this guy because he's his grandpappy. But he knows he can't, and Elongated Man is really sympathizing and letting him know that he can't. He can't do it. Here we get a first good look at Jonah Hex's face. Because remember, Jonah Hex, if you're familiar with DC Westerns, he's got a horribly scarred face. Now, I've been glossing over the artwork. Of course, it's somewhat simplified, very stylized. It goes with the subject matter, the stylization for the show, but it's well done and well told. This visual storytelling is fine. I really like that image of El Diablo. El Diablo had designs on his mask, but that would have been a little bit difficult for his for animation. So we left home. And here they are, and then they're suddenly under attack by all these cowboys in these super suits, getting shot and zapped. And yeah, I like this take right here. Here's Jonah Hex. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking my ray gun, because they were using those guns that they had found. You're thinking my ray gun done run out of rays, so I ditched it. You're thinking I've got 6 bullets in my regular pistol against all that metal and all them fancy zaps you got. So how can I have a chance? I guess the question you gotta ask yourself, here's a take on Clint Eastwood from Dirty Harry, is why was I so busy listening to Jonah Hex that I didn't hear Batlash sneaking up on me? Clunk. And he takes the guy out with it that way. And I thought that was funny. And Wonder Woman, well, her super strength just outstrips these guys. So pretty soon all the bad guys are defeated, and they get the find out that, oh yeah, well, he was gonna kill Judd Saunders himself. Just as he's about to do it, just consign him to the dinosaur age. Oh, he doesn't have his hourglass, because Judd Saunders, who's got the fastest fingers in the West, had snatched it. So they're all bound and gagged, or bound up. All the bad guys are done for, and so then after talking and seeing these guys, Judd Saunders says, I don't think I want to continue with this life. It's been nothing but trouble. So I'm going to turn over a new leaf and find that gal, that Wilcox gal, and get married and settle down and all that good stuff, which pretty much restores the timeline and leads Saunders on his road to becoming the first vigilante. And with the hourglass, the Justice League members are zapped back to their own time. And there it is, being placed into where it belongs, in a safe inside the I can't think of the word I want to, like, souvenir center, museum, whatever, on the hall, the Justice League Watchtower. And Vigilante is gratified. He's no longer doubting himself so much because he has no superpowers, wondering what he's doing with all these powerful hitters. And he walks up. Cowboys and superheroes have run in my family for a long, long time. So all's well that ends well. And that's that. That's it for the return of the Justice Rangers. I hope you got a kick out of that. I always liked the animated series. I liked the comics. It was easier to keep up with the comic tie-in to the show than it was with what was going on in the regular DC titles, because they were so mix and match and you couldn't keep up with them. They were getting so expensive. So I got one of those every once in a while. And those other stories got so convoluted. One issue, you could only buy an issue once in a while, and that just left you hanging. But this don't. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of like a refreshing look at yesteryear without going all the way back. So I hope you liked it. Please like, share, subscribe, share with the other comic book friends or others who just like the Justice League animated series. And remember, comics are art.